Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm your host, Cleo. Today we're diving into the world of the Knight of Wands, a card of action, adventure, and the spark of inspiration.
There's something about the Knight of Wands that feels like a call to awaken, to shake off the complacency and ignite the flame of passion within us.
This knight is a symbol of the hero's journey, a catalyst for change, and a reminder that our inner spark is the source of our power and creativity.
I think what I find most intriguing about the Knight of Wands is his connection to the element of fire, which represents the primal forces that drive us, the spark that sets our souls ablaze.
As we explore this card, we'll delve into its symbolism, its themes, and its potential for manifestation in our lives. So let's begin by drawing the Knight of Wands and seeing where it takes us.
The energies of the Knight of Wands are certainly not to be underestimated, and I'm curious to see how they will manifest in the reading and what kind of journey we'll embark upon with this card as our guide.
In many ancient cultures, the Knight of Wands is associated with the hero archetype, a fiery and passionate warrior who embodies the qualities of courage, adventure, and individuality.
I see him as a symbol of the spark of creativity and inspiration that sets us on a path of discovery and transformation.
The myth of the Knight of Wands is deeply rooted in the ancient Mesopotamian and Egyptian traditions, where he is often depicted as a messenger of the gods, carrying the flames of divine fire.
There's something about the knight's role as a messenger that speaks to the idea of the call to adventure, the moment when we are invited to leave our comfort zone and embark on a journey of self-discovery.
In some versions of the myth, the Knight of Wands is said to be the son of Apollo, the Greek god of the sun, music, and poetry, highlighting the connection between creativity, passion, and divine inspiration.
I think the knight's association with fire and the sun also speaks to the idea that our true potential is ignited within us, waiting to be fanned into flames by the spark of our own inner passion and purpose.
In dreams, the Knight of Wands can manifest as a passionate and adventurous guide, urging us to break free from constraints and explore our desires.
I've found that when the Knight of Wands appears in my dreams, it's often a call to action, a signal that I'm at a crossroads and need to make a bold move.
This knight can also represent a symbol of temptation, a seductive force that draws us into the unknown, often with promises of excitement and reward.
The Knight of Wands in my dreams often feels like a whispered secret, a hint at a deeper truth that only reveals itself when I'm in a state of heightened vulnerability.
The Knight of Wands is a card of action, of initiative, of taking bold steps into the unknown. He represents the individual who dares to be different, to challenge the status quo, and to follow their heart, even if it means taking a risk.
For me, the Knight of Wands is about embracing our inner fire, that spark within us that drives us to pursue our passions and desires. He's the catalyst that sets our inner revolution in motion.
This card can also represent the part of us that is drawn to adventure, to excitement, and to taking risks. It's the thrill seeker, the adventurer, and the free spirit who lives life on their own terms.
I think the Knight of Wands is also about the vulnerability that comes with being open to new experiences. He's not just about taking bold action, but also about being open to the unknown and the uncertainty that comes with it.
He can also represent the part of us that is struggling to find our path, our purpose, and our passion. The Knight of Wands is a reminder that we have the power to create our own path and to pursue our dreams, even if it means taking a leap of faith.
And I think that's what makes the Knight of Wands so compelling. He's not just a symbol of action and adventure, but also of the human need for connection and community. He's the spark that ignites the flame of connection and collaboration.
The Knight of Wands is a card of action, of taking bold steps into the unknown. When we get to the flip side, we see that this action is often driven by a desire for revenge or a need to prove oneself. This could be a warning to look at our motivations and ensure they are not rooted in a need for validation or a desire for control.
I love how this card's energy can quickly turn from passion to obsession. The Knight of Wands is all about following our heart's desire, but when that desire becomes an all-consuming force, it can lead to destructive patterns. It's as if we are chasing the flame, but losing sight of the fire that once drove us.
This flip side also speaks to the idea of external validation. When we're driven by a need for external recognition, we can become slaves to our own ego. The Knight of Wands is calling us to look within and find our own inner validation, rather than seeking it from others.
I think this is where the concept of shadow work comes in. The Knight of Wands has a shadow self that's all about pride and arrogance, which can lead to our downfall if we are not aware of it. It's a reminder to explore our own darkness and integrate it with our light.
This card can also indicate that our desire for action and adventure is not just about external circumstances, but also about our inner desires. Are we using our passion and energy to create a life that truly reflects who we are, or are we just trying to distract ourselves from our own fears and doubts?
I think that's what makes the Knight of Wands so fascinating. It's a reminder that our inner world is just as important as our outer world. When we are not in tune with our own inner compass, we can get caught up in the external world's expectations and lose ourselves in the process.
In carrying the Knight of Wands, we see a spark of inner fire that drives us forward, often with a sense of restlessness and discontent. This knight is a passionate, impulsive figure, always on the move, never content to stay in one place for too long.
I love how this card can represent a call to adventure, a desire to break free from the mundane and explore the unknown. It's like the knight is saying, "Come with me, and let's burn the old path behind us."
This knight's journey is also deeply connected to the theme of spiritual seeking. He's not just a warrior, but a seeker of truth, driven by a desire to understand the mysteries of the universe.
And yet there's also a sense of vulnerability to this card. The knight is not invincible, and his impulsiveness can lead to mistakes and missteps. It's a reminder that even our most passionate desires can be fraught with risk.
The Knight of Wands can also represent a turning point in a relationship, where passion and attraction ignite, but also create tension and conflict. This is a card of intense emotions and unmet needs.
I think that's what makes this card so compelling. It's a reminder that our deepest desires can be both our greatest allies and our most destructive enemies. We must learn to navigate these flames of passion with care and discernment.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.